What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and today I will be talking about Tales of Arise, which has been an amazing game to play, and at least for me, it has met all my expectations. In the end, I think everyone should try this game, especially fans of JRPGs. Yes, there are some changes that maybe old-time Tales fans might not be happy about, like them taking the victory end screen, which sucks, but I feel the game as a whole is trying new things, and it has delivered a lot. It also seems a lot of people are happy. I mean, it already sold 1 million copies and it's the fastest selling game of the franchise. Now, before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Tales of Arise came out a couple of days ago and I have been putting hours in the game. I've been playing on the PS5 and I have chosen to prioritize frame rate over graphics. Personally, I think this game just looks amazing. I like a lot the art style that they went with, characters really stand out, and the environment at times just looks beautiful. On the cutscenes, the in-game ones still look great and the ones done by Ufotable are just gorgeous to see at times. For me at least, this is a beautiful looking JRPG with an amazing art style. The premise of the game is the game takes place in the planet Dana, and there's a conflict with the planet above named Rena. Basically what happens is the people of Rena enslave the Danas, and this is something that has been occurring for over 300 years now. So all the people from the planet Dana, you play as Alphen, someone who has no memories of who they are. Why are they wearing a mask that they can't take off? And they also can't feel any pain at all. Through some events, you end up running into Shion, a Renan who possesses a curse that whenever someone touches her, they get shocked pretty badly. Somehow, she gets her hands on a master cord, which only the lords who rule Dana possesses, and her goal is to overthrow all the lords in Dana. She claims her and the Danas who want to overthrow the rulers have the same goal, which is her only reason why she decides to become an ally to them.
You can get angry all you want, but we have bigger fish to fry. So, are you going to work with me or not?
I will. It's in both of our own interests.
As she is a Renan, which also plays a lot in the story and the conflicts with all the characters and her. As you know, she has this outsider perspective. Also, for some reason, Alphen is able to pull out the burning sword and uses it from the master cord that Shion possesses. So they set out with the goal to overthrow the lords. Just on the side note, it is very interesting how they seem a bit destined, since Alphen technically is the only person who can touch Shion since he doesn't feel pain.
A sword that sears the hand of he who wields it, and a healing art to mend. A man numb to pain, and a woman whose very touch deals nothing but.
Overall, I really like the characters in the game. Yes, I understand Alphen can feel like a typical protagonist. He's very strong, has very interesting powers, strong-willed, wants to protect and save others, has this like notion that, you know, they need to save everyone, they cannot have people dying. Of course, no memory of who he is, and is probably destined for greatness. I'm fine with this. For me, it's not too much of an issue. Shion is also a very interesting character. She's a Renan and at times can have a bit of an aversion towards Danans. She seems very stubborn, however, she is shown to care for people, wanting to help others, and even though she doesn't want people to get close to her, maybe there is more to it, and I feel they have done a good job with her to balance her personality and not to be too annoying or, you know, a bitch. At the same time, giving her the opportunity for her to have character growth.
What?
It's nothing.
I only helped because it was convenient. We couldn't have moved forward without clearing out those Zoogles. I guess I'm just not used to standing right next to people.
You mean because of your thorns? You're a surprisingly nice person.
What?
You don't think so?
Seeing how her interactions happen with Alphen and the rest of the cast, and how it changes as you progresses the game. Of course, there are other characters you will meet, like Rinwell, Law, Kisara, and Dohalim. They all have very interesting background stories, ideologies of what they follow, and yes, I know, a simple sentence doesn't make justice to them. But for me, I always try to keep information when it comes to the plot. I don't want to spoil you guys too much, and I feel you will much enjoy the journey, finding about them yourselves. Also, I feel of course since Alvin and Shione are the center of the story, that at least I give you some details about them. Overall, I love the story they're presenting here. Yes, there are some tropes, but that doesn't make the story less enjoyable, especially as you go on a journey with characters, learn about them, and learn about the world. The gameplay, I would say, in this game is one of the things I love the most. Of course, this is a JRPG and a semi-open world with a lot of areas to explore, fight enemies, loot, farm, fish, and do so much. Now, I have been playing on the PS5, which I haven't felt any big dips when it comes to frame rate. Let's talk about the exploration. Personally, I feel the world is not too big that it becomes overwhelming to look at everything, but it's also not small, so you can still feel you have areas to check out and explore. There's also how some areas will have you use CP to access them. They added also new ways to explore, like swimming, which I think it's a nice addition, but at times it can look a bit awkward how the characters swim. Whenever you rest, you will have the opportunity to cook, which I heavily advise you to do, as cooking usually gives you some nice bonuses for some time. Of course, as any JRPG, your character will level up, making them stronger. However, there is a lot more here, because you have the addition of skill panels. As you fight, you will be collecting SP, which you'll be able to use in the skill panels section, which is very important, as unlocking the skill panels will not only let you learn new attacks, but also grant you boost or abilities to the character, which could come in handy. You will be able to forge weapons and create accessories which will give you boost stats. Personally, I really enjoy the amount of options there is when it comes to weapons and customizations, when it comes to looks of the characters, though there are some nice costumes that are behind a paywall. Combat in this game is very satisfactory, is one of my favorite aspects of the game, and I just enjoy going into combat constantly. The game is set to utilize an updated linear motion battle system with dynamic action features. The linear motion battle system, for those that don't know, is defined as a system in which all characters can move throughout the battlefield and interact with their allies and opponents during battle. The linear aspect of the system focuses on the idea that a character is always tied to a plane of movement that will allow him or her to move towards or away from the enemy in a straight line. Of course, this has been a staple feature in the franchise since I think Tales of Vatasia, and obviously in Tales of Arise it has been tweaked and improved to be more action and fluid. You will have 3 ground and 3 aerial arts which can be set. As a character will learn new arts or make them stronger, there's just so many options that opens up. You can try so many different combinations and see what you like for each character. Also, each character feels very unique as they all have perks. Like Alvin can use the blazing sword, making his attacks a lot stronger, but at the cost of HP. Law, as he keeps attacking, his concentration builds, which raises his attack and elemental attack, and he can enter in an awakened state. Each character possesses a unique perk that brings something and adds a level of uniqueness apart from their arts and choice of weapon. Each character also possesses a boost attack, which are very fun to do, and they can be very helpful to maintain a combo going. Also, certain boost attacks have their benefits, like Shiona's can hit multiple enemies, or Rinwell uses her while an enemy is casting an art. You can steal the spell, and the enemy is unable to use it for a while. Apart from boost attacks, you also have the cool looking boost strikes, which I love to do them. They just look so good.
Say no more.
I think the combat in the game is more action compared to other iterations, but it is very fun to play. Also, you can't just go nuts and mash a button constantly. There's a focus on trying to evade your enemy's attacks and perform a counter edge for a perfect evasion. So you just can't go press a button and hope to beat the opponent very quickly. There's still, depending on how hard the opponent is, you might have to back off, evade some attacks, try to get that perfect evasion. I think you should definitely give the combat a chance even if you're unsure. There is a demo for Tales of Arise that would definitely give you a good idea how the combat works and feels if it will be something that you will enjoy.
Finally, I thought you'd never finish. We've still got a ways to go.
Here we go, Hoodle.
In the end, I think Tales of Arise is one of the best JRPGs we have seen this year. There's so much for you to do, side quests for you to get stronger, exploring areas to find loot or farm certain items, fighting very strong enemies to get better loot, looking at the gorgeous area and just enjoying how beautiful the game is thanks to its animation and art style. Tales of Arise has been a game I have been waiting for a while, and that wait was definitely worth it. For me, this game has lived to its hype and I enjoy it so much. Personally, I can't wait to see where the franchise will be headed. I personally recommend this game. This is a must buy for any fans of JRPGs or even someone who just enjoys RPGs overall. You shouldn't miss the chance to play this game. And if you're unsure, there is a demo out for you to try the combat and some mechanics and see if it is for you. Tales of Arise for now is my favorite game this year, and I can't wait for what the future holds. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching.